Let's start with the flight that was supposed to take migrants to Rwanda this week. The idea is to deter people from crossing the channel in small boats and claiming asylum here. But Tuesday's flight, of course, never took off after the European Court of Human Rights intervened. The scheme is also facing challenges in the UK court. What do you think, Karen?
Made me feel very ashamed of my country, actually, and very deeply sad, because I don't think it's a proportionate response. I don't think it's the response of decent people. I don't ultimately think it will work. I think it's a bit of political showboating as well, which makes me feel very concerned about what's going on.
Is it the fact that...
And, well, when you think about the fact that we want to deter these criminals, which is absolutely what we all want, when you think that the crime agency is being cut potentially by up to 20%, when you think about the fact that the Home Office has decreased its asylum applications because of capacity issues from 28,000 a year to 14,000 a year, you can see why we've got a problem. And, you know, we need to solve that problem by being in negotiations with the French, by using our judicial services. Well, they've failed, and they've failed because neither Boris Johnson nor Priti Patel can be taken seriously or negotiate effectively on our behalf. And this is barbaric. In Israel tried this and Israel rejected it.
Let's just look at your response to the policy, the Rwanda policy,
Yes.
Karen. You have described it as dog whistle politics.
Yes.
Are you saying it's racist?
Yes, I think it is racist. I think if you contrast this with what's happening with the people coming from Ukraine, who are quite rightly seeking asylum, we've basically set up a system where they can apply in advance of coming to the UK online, which seems ever so sensible to me, and, you know, of good use of time. And we could do exactly the same for other people. There's no reason why other people of different skin colours shouldn't be able to make those applications. And can I just say one final thing on this point? We have a huge skill shortage here. Some of the people coming to the country, we could, if we process them more quickly, we could get them into the labour market where they would, I think they would do great stuff for us. We are sending them to a country that has its own issues with human rights.
So that's
in
where the racism comes.
2018,
well, this is an interesting question.
Please don't point your finger at me, Tim, and let me answer. Let me continue what I was saying. In 2018, 12 refugees were shot in Rwanda for questioning their rights to food, because this country still takes LGBT people from Rwanda as valid asylum seekers. So we are sending people, and also the judiciary, the human rights courts are saying they are not sure about the certainty of the judicial process, not just in its operation. Please let me finish what I'm saying. Not just in its operation, but also in the capacity. And these questions have been put to Priti Patel, and we're not getting the detail back.
180,000 people have been settled there safely, some by the United Nations themselves. What does it mean? The
Conservatives gave £57 million.
The government gave £57 million.
We have now got to a stage where we are spending yet more money on a scheme that isn't proven, on a scheme that we don't have the detail for, on a scheme that actually does disrupt and upset a lot of people like myself because we don't think it's right. And we've got no promise that it's going to work. And frankly, Priti Patel, hold on 1 minute, Priti Patel knew that under European law, under the convention that we signed in 1952, that this process wouldn't go ahead. She would have been warned.
This process was passed by the top 3 courts in the United Kingdom.
Karen,
and it's subject
the Strasbourg
to the higher
court ruling came out of nowhere.
We're going to leave that one there.